There are many things that I have learned about the video game industry in a post-pandemic world. But one of those takeaways is that Nintendo is always going to Nintendo. Let's talk about it. So Nintendo won a lot of people over with their Direct this month. And the reason being is that it's Mario's 35th anniversary, and they had a lot of cool things to share. There was this Mario Kart augmented reality thing where you can set up the course inside of your home. I don't know who is going to be able to accommodate that kind of space, but that's another conversation for another time. And there were some other cool Mario things that they had revealed. But the two things that a lot of people are most excited about are also the two things that left me scratching my head the most. The first one is Super Mario Bros. 35, which is essentially like Tetris 99, where you're playing against other people, the original Super Mario Bros. Game. And you can send enemies over to their screen, they can send them over to yours, just by playing the original game. And I think it's a really cool idea. But of course, the biggest reveal of them all, perhaps besides Super Mario 3D World coming to the Nintendo Switch in February of 2021, is the fact that the Super Mario 3D AllStars Collection has been confirmed and was to release just over 2 weeks after the reveal, which is great. I was really stoked to have heard the rumors about Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy coming to the Switch. Now, these aren't remasters as people had been talking about for some time, but rather ports. But still, I was excited about getting this in a little cartridge for my Nintendo Switch so I can play them on my HD TV and have it look good. So why am I left scratching my head? The reason for that is because Nintendo is doing their limited supply thing. They've done this for a long time. This isn't anything new for Nintendo, but this is a new low. The reason being is that there is going to be a physical release for the Mario 3D All-Stars Collection, but it's going to be a limited physical release. So I pre-ordered that thing right away, and if you don't have a pre-order yet and you want to get a physical copy of that, you should do that right away, if it's possible. It is going to be available digitally, though. So even if you can't get your hands on a physical copy, you're not going to be left out in the lurch. However, both the physical and the digital copies of this game are only going to be available until the end of March of 2021. That's I don't understand it. Why would they go through the trouble of even porting these games over to the Switch only to have them available for a short time and then yank them? Well, the answer, unfortunately, just like so many other things in this industry and so many others, is it comes down to business. You know, these are older games. They want to charge you $59.99 for them. Do they think that everybody's going to rush out and spend $60 for ports of 3 old games? Maybe not. But if you give the game limited availability, both physically and digitally, well, then you're creating the demand for that product. There are already people who are scalping this thing on eBay, and it's not even available yet. For pretty hefty prices, too, over $100 and beyond that. And as time goes on, especially after March of 2021, the physical copy of this game is going to shoot up in price like you've never seen. I'm willing to bet it. I'd put money on it. This is not something that's exclusive to Nintendo. Disney has been doing this for a long time with their films. You know, like they would release, oh, hey, if you want to get Beauty and the Beast on VHS, you better do it within the next 6 months, because after that, we're going to put the film back in the vault. And Nintendo is just taking, you know, a similar page from Disney's playbook. You know, You create the demand so that you know people will run out and buy this thing right away and spend the amount of ridiculous money that you want them to spend on that product. And it's kind of a win-win for Nintendo, but it's not for the consumer. It's not consumer friendly. You know, I'm okay with remasters costing that much money. I mean, look at Spyro, look at Crash, but even those games weren't full price at $60. Of course, this is Mario. This is one of the most notorious gaming mascots of all time, and Nintendo know this, which is why they're doing this. So that's what I mean when I say Nintendo is going to Nintendo. They have had limited consoles in the past. I remember I wanted to get my hands on the gold Majora's Mask, new Nintendo 3DS. I couldn't even get into the pre-order door when pre-orders went live. You know, like the page timed out, and then they were gone. Couldn't get them. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But Nintendo, come on, guys. You got to do a little bit better than this. Anyway, this is something to be aware of. If you need to pre-order this thing, if you can find a pre-order, do it now. If you want this on your Nintendo Switch and you don't care about having it digitally, then buy it digitally between now and then, because Nintendo are pretty much forcing you to. Until next time, this is Michael Zupan with Byte-Size Impressions. I'll see you soon.